Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Reshma Tiwari with the Midday News. The headlines. Ruling parties expected to retain power in Assam, Kerala and West Bengal. Opposition parties expected to form governments in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. In Assam, ruling NDA is leading in 71 seats and in West Bengal, ruling TMC is ahead in 201 seats. In Tamil Nadu, DMK leads in 121 seats. In Kerala, LDF is leading in 85 seats and in Puducherry, NDA is ahead in 8 seats. Counting underway for Lok Sabha by-poll in 4 states, votes also being counted for assembly by-polls in various states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs a review meeting with experts on issues related to COVID-19 and vaccination. Over 15 crore 68 lakh beneficiaries administered COVID-19 vaccine in the country so far. More than 3 lakh people recover from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours in the country. Over 3,92,000 fresh cases of COVID-19 registered in the country. Odisha government declares 14-day lockdown from 5th May to check the rise in number of COVID-19 cases. In IPL cricket, Rajasthan Royals to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad this afternoon. Punjab Kings to play against Delhi Capitals this evening. As the number of COVID cases is on the rise, we appeal to our listeners to take all precautions and all those above 18 years of age to get vaccinated without any hesitation. The vaccination for persons aged between 18 and 44 has begun at designated facilities. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. In the assembly elections held in 4 states and 1 union territory, the ruling parties are expected to retain power in Assam, West Bengal and Kerala. Opposition parties are likely to form the government in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. As per the latest trends available according to the Election Commission, in Assam trends are available for 120 of the 126 seats. The ruling BJP-led NDA is ahead in 71 seats, while Congress-led opposition is leading in 40 seats, while independents and others are leading in 9 seats. Chief Minister and senior BJP leader Sarbananda Sonowal is leading in Majuli. Ahom Gana Parishad, the President Atul Bora is leading from Bokakhat seat. Senior BJP leader and NEDA convener Hemanta Biswa Sarma, Senior Minister Chandramohan Patwari, Ranjit Datta and Parimal Shuklabaidya are also leading. State Congress President Ripun Bora is trailing at Gohpur seat, while State BJP President Ranjit Kumar Das is leading at Pathashar Kuchi Assembly. Now we go over live to Guwahati to get the latest update on the election results from our correspondent. Manas, will BJP form an independent government or will it be a coalition government?
Well, sir, see, as per the trend we are getting right now, there is very unlikely that BJP needs outside support. Outside support in a terms, BJP is fighting these polls along with Assam Gana Parishad and UPPL. So BJP never said, any leader never said that we are going to form this government alone, or as if we get the magic number, we will not take abroad Assam Gana Parishad and UPPL. So obviously, the BJP is, if the trend is going to convert into seats, so BJP along with Assam Gana Parishad and UPPL are likely to form the next government in Assam. So I don't think, as of now, BJP needs support from any other party. So this is the trend as of now. Back to you.
Right, Manas, how have the parties fared region-wise in the state? Is it a universal verdict or did it change region-wise?
Well, see, if we discuss Assam in a geographical division, we can say there are 3 parts. One we say Barak Valley, second one is the Brahmaputra Valley. In Brahmaputra Valley, here we say Upper Assam and the Lower Assam. So Upper Assam, BJP is gaining in Upper Assam. But due to the alliance of Congress and AIDF, they are gaining some seats in Lower Assam. So as a whole, we could say the Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas mantra BJP, several leaders, we spoke to several party leaders, they said we are getting the dividends of good works done by the Sarvanand Sonowal government, Narendra Modi government. But due to the alliance, numerical, calculation of AIUDF and Congress, the lower part, I think Congress and AIUDF are getting some seats. Let me tell you one thing, since you asked this question earlier. We spoke to Assam Gana Parishad spokesperson. We raised this issue, who is going to be the chief minister of the BJP, if BJP comes to power again. They said it's their internal matter. We will support whosoever BJP is going to give the candidature for the chief minister seat. So, precisely, it means that Assam Gana Parishad will remain, of course, will BJP, and they are likely to form the next government in Assam. Back to you.
Right, thank you, Manas, for those details. Moving to West Bengal, trends are available for 284 of 292 seats. The ruling Trinamool Congress is leading in 201 seats. BJP is leading in 78 seats. Now we go live to Kolkata to get the latest updates on the election results from our correspondent in Kolkata. Arindam Chakraborty, it seems that though the ruling TMC has crossed the halfway mark, the incumbent CM is trailing. What can be the outcome?
Though this is the initial trend after 5th round of counting, still 12th rounds to go. If Mamata Banerjee defeated in Nandigram seat by Shubhendu Adhikari, it will be a biggest political debacle in the one of the biggest political debacle in the political history of Bengal. But overall, it will not have an impact on Trinamool's victory parade. They are poised to come to power in West Bengal for the third time.
Right, and was the left front expected to fare so badly?
Actually, it will further marginalize the left and Congress combine in West Bengal politics. In 2016, left Congress combined, they have bagged 77 seats. But as per the latest trends available, till now only one seat by the Congress and their alliance partner, newly formed the Majlis Party, Indian Majlis Secular Party, they have bagged one seat. So it will further actually marginalize the left and Congress vote in the state.
Right, Arindam, how would you assess the verdict, like region-wise? Would you say it's universal or did it change region-wise?
No, it's not universal. Right. So far, the trends are available normally in the northern Bengal districts. BJP performed fairly well, but in the central and southern part of Bengal districts, TMC actually retained its base. That is one of the main reasons for their dominance as the results of seats are coming.
Right. Thank you, Arindam, for those details. And moving to Tamil Nadu, trends are available in 232 of the 234 seats. The DMK-led UPA is ahead in 140 seats. DMK is leading in 121 seats. Congress is leading in 12 seats. CPI and CPM are leading in 2 each. VCK is leading in 3. AIADMK-led NDA is leading in 91 seats. AIADMK is leading in 80 seats, while BJP is leading in 4 seats. PMK is leading in 7 seats. Incumbent Chief Minister Edapadi Palanisamy, Deputy Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam, DMK leader and opposition leader M.K. Stalin are leading in their respective constituencies. Now we go live to our Chennai correspondent Joy. Joy, who is expected to form the next government in Tamil Nadu?
Good afternoon, Valsa. The trending results show that DMK is set to form the government after a gap of 10 years. Right. And the party under the new leadership of Mr. Stalin had scored a victory in the 16th Assembly election and after the death of Mr. Karunanidhi. And in Kanyakumari Lok Sabha by-election also, Vijay Vasantakumar, the son of Congress MP who was deceased, he is leading way ahead in the Kanyakumari Lok Sabha constituency. He is beating up BJP senior leader and former Union Minister Pon Radhakrishnan. And the clear-cut verdict is for the DMK and its alliance, and they are leading in 146 constituencies according to the present statistics which are available. DMK is alone leading in 119 constituencies, and Congress in 16, MDMK in 4, and VCK in 3, and IUML in 2. CPI and CPM are in 2 each, and Kongu Deshiya Makkal Katchi is also leading in 1 constituency. As far as the ADMK is concerned, it has been leading in 87 constituencies, and ADMK alone is leading in 76, and BJP in 4, and PMK in 7 constituencies. Then MNMK's actor Kamal Hassan is leading in Coimbatore South against Congress candidate Mayura Jayakumar and also Varati Srinivasan. So that is the present statistics which are available to you. As far as the prominent leaders are concerned, 15 ministers, including Chief Minister Edappadi Palanichami, Deputy Mayor Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam, and 15 other ministers are leading, and 8 ministers are trailing.
Right. Joy, so tell us, what were the key issues which dominated the elections this time, region-wise?
Yeah. Region-wise, in the sense, I would like to say that western districts of the state, like Salem, Coimbatore, Erode and all, they have still supported the ADMK, and the ADMK has a sizable constituency, the winning number there, and also in the south districts, mainly Madurai, which is supposed to be the stronghold of the ADMK. Again, they have retained all those places. So issues in the sense, it is wide ranging. To say, the unhappiness of the people are towards the AIADMK government for not standing up to the center in issues like prices of petrol, cooking gas, and implementation of meat, as well as unemployment problem, and 8-laning of Chennai to Salem expressway. And in certain areas, they also point out that a lot of corruption is there in the ADMK government.
Right. Thanks a lot, Joy, for all those details. Thank you.
Thank you.
In Kerala, as counting to the 140-seat Kerala Assembly crosses 3.5 hours, the results are in favour of the ruling Front Communist-led coalition LDF. LDF leads in almost 90-plus constituencies, followed by the Congress-led UDF in 45-plus seats and NDA in 3 seats. Now we go over live to Thiruvananthapuram to get the latest updates on the election results from our correspondent. Well, Mayusha, is it for the first time that the ruling party will return to power in the state?
Yes, well, sir, actually in the last 4 decades, since the formation of the 2 major fronts, LDF and UDF, it is for the first time that Kerala is deciding to go to select a party that is ruling, the ruling government itself. Normally, it elects the alternate governments between LDF and UDF in the last 4 decades. So this is going to be history.
Right. So tell us, did regional issues play a role in the elections?
Yes, actually regional issues definitely played a role because a lot of accusations has been brought out by the opposition against the government, including gold scam, PSC scam and many other things. But generally, if you look into it, the people have not paid much into all these kind of accusations, and they have really looked into the ground level reality, the way the government has handled many crises, including major floods, Nipah, and the ongoing present COVID crisis, and the way they are getting their pension, the way of handling of the migrant laborers, many things. Because ground level, this has been a great sweep. And to give you the latest updates, now actually presently the LDF is actually leading in 95 constituencies and UDF in 45, and presently NDA is not leading in any of the seats. The leads are altering at every moment, and presently the NDA is not leading in any of the seats in Kerala.
Right. Thank you, Mayusha, for that update. In the Union Territory of Puducherry, NDA led by NR Congress is ahead in 8 seats in the 12 seats for which the trends are available. The counting of votes of 23 constituencies out of 30 in Puducherry region is being held in 3 centres. More from our correspondent.
In Puducherry region, the counting of votes of 8 constituencies, Mannadipet, Mangalam, Kadirgamam, Kamarajanagar, Laspet, Uppalam, Yambalam and Nellithopu is underway. And 2 in Karaikal region, then Mahe and Yanam, counting is going on in the respective regions. The NR Congress leader and Chief Minister candidate Rangasamy contested in 2 constituencies. He is trailing in Yanam constituency and the Tattanjavadi votes will be taken for counting soon. COVID protocols is strictly followed here. Face masks, sanitizers, hand gloves and PPE kits provided to the staff. All these 3 centers were sanitized. Chandramohan, Air News, Puducherry.
Counting of votes for assembly elections in Assam, West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry began this morning at 8 a.m. The counting began with postal ballots before the first round of counting began for the EVMs. Assembly elections in 4 states and Union Territory were held from March 27th to April 29th. In view of the second wave of the pandemic and to ensure a complete COVID-safe environment arrangements during counting, the Election Commission has rolled out strict COVID protocols for the counting day.
According to the latest tally, in West Bengal, out of 292 seats, trends are available for 285 seats. All India Trinamool Congress is leading on 202, BJP 78 and Independent and others on 5. In Assam, out of 126 seats, trends are available for 120 seats. BJP is leading on 60, Indian National Congress 26, Aham Gana Parishad 11, AIUDF 11 and Independent and others on 12. In Tamil Nadu, out of 234 seats, trends are available for 232 seats. DMK is leading on 119, AIADMK 82, Indian National Congress 12 and others on 19. In Kerala, trends of all 140 seats is available now. CPM is leading on 55, CPI 16, Indian National Congress 25, IUML 13 and others on 31. In Puducherry, out of 30 seats, trends or results are available for 12 seats. BJP and DMK have one seat each. All India NR Congress is leading on 5, BJP 2, Indian National Congress 2 and Independent 1. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Ruling party is expected to retain power in Assam, Kerala and West Bengal. Opposition party is expected to form governments in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. In Assam, ruling NDA is leading in 71 seats and in West Bengal, ruling TMC is ahead in 202 seats. In Tamil Nadu, DMK leads in 120 seats. In Kerala, LDF leading in 85 seats. And in Puducherry, NDA is ahead in 8 seats. Counting underway for Lok Sabha by-polls in 4 states, votes also being counted for assembly by-polls in various states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs a review meeting with experts on issues related to COVID-19 and vaccination. Over 15 crore 68 lakh beneficiaries administered COVID-19 vaccine in the country so far. More than 3 lakh people recover from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours in the country. Over 3,92,000 fresh cases of COVID-19 registered in the country. Odisha government declares 14 days lockdown from 5th May to check the rise in number of COVID-19 cases. And in IPL cricket, Rajasthan Royals to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad this afternoon. Punjab Kings to play against Delhi Capitals this evening. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे. Welcome back to the Midday News. Assembly by-elections were also held in 3 constituencies in Rajasthan, 2 in Karnataka and 1 each in Gujarat, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Mizoram, Telangana and Uttarakhand.
In Gujarat, ruling BJP is leading in Morwa Hadaf ST Assembly seat in Panchmahal district, where by-elections were held last month. Our Ahmedabad correspondent reports that BJP candidate Nimishaben Sutar is leading against her nearest Congress rival Suresh Bhai Katara by more than 8,000 votes after the end of sixth round of counting of votes. BJP candidate got 14,416 votes, while Congress candidate got 5,736 votes. In Jharkhand, JMM candidate is leading from Madhupur seat. In Basava Kalyan seat of Karnataka, Sharanu Salagar of BJP is leading by 7,152 votes, while in Maski Assembly seat, Basanagowda Turuvihal of Congress is leading by 16,291 votes. In Madhya Pradesh, after fifth round, Congress candidate Ajay Kumar Tandon is leading by 4,769 votes against BJP candidate and sitting MLA Rahul Singh Lodhi. In Pandharpur constituency of Maharashtra, NCP is leading by 638 votes. In Mizoram, after the fourth round of counting of votes for by-election to Serchhip Assembly constituency, opposition party Zoram People's Movement is leading by 2,952 votes. In Rajasthan, the ruling Congress is leading on 2 seats, while the BJP candidate is leading on 1 seat. BJP candidate Deepti Kiran Maheshwari is leading from Rajsamand seat, while Congress candidates Gayatri Devi leading from Sahara seat, Manoj Kumar leading from Sujangarh Assembly constituency. In Telangana, by the end of the 13th round of counting of votes, the TRS candidate N. Bhagat is leading by over 7,000 votes majority over his immediate Congress candidate Jana Reddy in Nagarjun Sagar Assembly constituency by poll. In Uttarakhand, BJP is leading from Salt Assembly seat by 1,255 votes over his nearest Congress rival.
People's Democratic Alliance PDA consensus candidate who filed his nomination for 51 Noksen Assembly constituency by-election in Nagaland on National Democratic People's Party NDPP ticket, H. Chuba Chang, was declared elected uncontested on April the 3rd, the last date for withdrawal of candidature. Deputy Chief Electoral Officer Nagaland, Awa Lauren, in a letter addressed the Secretary Election Commission of India on April the 3rd, said that H. Chuba Chang has been declared elected uncontested to fill the casual vacancy caused in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly by the death of CM Chang on October 12th last year. The counting for by-elections of 4 Lok Sabha seats of Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, Belgaum in Karnataka, Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu, and Malappuram in Kerala also is underway. In Karnataka, Belgaum Lok Sabha by-election Congress candidate Satish L. Jarkiholi is leading over his nearest rival Mangala Suresh Angari of BJP by 269 votes. In Tirupati constituency, YSR Congress candidate Madilla Gurumurthy is ahead by over 1,44,000 votes over his nearest rival Panabhaka Lakshmi of Telugu Desam. In Malappuram constituency, Indian Union Muslim League candidate Abdusamad Samadani is leading by 58,979 votes against his nearest rival VP Sanu of CPIM. In Kanyakumari constituency, Congress candidate Vijay Vasant is leading by 85,849 votes over his BJP rival P. Radhakrishnan.
Trinamool Congress leader and MP Shatabdi Roy termed the West Bengal election as the most decisive election and said it was projected as a national election. She claimed the result in favour of TMC is going to have a large implication on the national election in 2024. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and NCP Chief Sharad Pawar have congratulated TMC President and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for her party's good performance in the state assembly elections. Speaking on the early trends of poll counting in West Bengal, BJP spokesperson Gaurav Bhatia termed it as a big victory for the party in the state. He said due to the untiring efforts of the party workers and senior leaders, BJP has recorded significant increase in its vote base. The spokesperson added that compared to 2016 state assembly elections of West Bengal, BJP has witnessed manifold increase in its number of seats. Congress today took a pot shot at the BJP following early trends indicting TMC lead in West Bengal Assembly elections. In a series of tweets, party spokesperson Abhishek Manu Singhvi said the BJP will give credit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah for better performance in Assam and Puducherry, but it will blame West Bengal State Party President Dilip Ghosh for the party's performance in the state. The party spokesperson said for the poor performance in Tamil Nadu, BJP will put the onus on AIADMK. Senior CPIM leader Prakash Karat today hailed the left party's good performance in the Kerala Assembly elections. He said it shows that the people of the state have appreciated the work of the Pinarayi Vijayan government in tackling the floods and the COVID-19 pandemic.
Amidst reports of victory gatherings at some places, Election Commission has directed the chief secretaries of 5 states where counting of votes is on for assembly elections to file FIRs and suspend concerned SHOs. The Commission has taken serious note of some reports of congregations of people celebrating anticipated poll victory. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is chairing a meeting with experts to review COVID and vaccination-related issues in the country. Our correspondent has informed that the Prime Minister is taking stock of the availability of oxygen and COVID-related medicines. He will also review the human resource situation in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic and discuss ways to augment it. Over 15 crore 68 lakh beneficiaries have been inoculated with COVID-19 vaccine jabs in the country so far. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has informed today that over 18 lakh 26,000 beneficiaries have been administered the doses of vaccine in the country within 24 hours. As the country entered in the third phase of vaccination drive yesterday, a total of 86,023 beneficiaries aged between 18 to 44 years have received their first dose across 11 states and union territories.
The active number of coronavirus cases is continuously rising in the country due to a spike in cases in several states and union territories. As a result, the recovery rate is continuously declining. However, India has registered over 3 lakh recoveries in a single day from this infectious disease. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry said over 3,07,000 patients have recovered within 24 hours. So far, over 1 crore 59 lakh patients have already recovered from COVID-19 in the country. However, with the rising number of fresh cases, the recovery rate has further declined to 81.77%. The ministry also said there are over 33,49,000 active cases in the country at present, which comprises 17.12% of the total positive cases. The ministry also informed over 3,689 deaths have been reported in the past 24 hours, taking the toll to over 2,15,000 across the country. The ministry added over 3,92,000 cases were registered in the last 24 hours across the country. The Odisha government has declared a statewide 14-day lockdown from coming Wednesday in view of the surge in COVID-19 infection. Informing this to the media, Chief Secretary Suresh Chandra Mahapatra said the lockdown will be effective from the 5th of May till 5 a.m. of 19th of May. He said the weekend shutdown will, however, continue as usual. In IPL cricket today, Rajasthan Royals will take on Sunrisers Hyderabad in New Delhi at 3:30 p.m. In the second match, Punjab Kings will play against Delhi Capitals in Ahmedabad at 7:30 p.m. Mumbai Indians beat table toppers Chennai Super Kings by 4 wickets in a high-scoring match at Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi last night. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Ruling party is expected to retain power in Assam, Kerala and West Bengal. Opposition parties expected to form governments in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. In Assam, ruling NDA is leading in 69 seats. In West Bengal, ruling TMC is ahead in 202 seats. In Tamil Nadu, DMK leads in 118 seats. In Kerala, LDF leading in 87 seats. And in Puducherry, NDA is ahead in 8 seats. Counting underway for Lok Sabha by-poll in 4 states. Votes also being counted for assembly by-polls in various states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs a review meeting with experts on issues related to COVID-19 and vaccination. Over 15 crore 68 lakh beneficiaries administered COVID-19 vaccine in the country so far. More than 3 lakh people recover from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours in the country. Over 3,92,000 fresh cases of COVID-19 registered in the country. Odisha government declares 14-day lockdown from 5th of May to check the rise in number of COVID-19 cases. And in IPL cricket, Rajasthan Royals to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad this afternoon. Punjab Kings to play against Delhi Capitals this evening. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.